So one of the questions I have for you is, what do you think has made Romeo and Juliet last so long? It's so enduringly popular, isn't it? Or certainly powerful.
Yeah, it's a story which speaks to all of us, and it's about that moment in adolescence when you are able to finally sort of forge a path for yourself, and you're able to find a way that pushes against what your parents are telling you to do. It's the moment when you fall in love, and where it just wraps itself around you, and that feeling becomes more important than anything else. At that point, it's the only thing that matters. And so what you've got there is a play that creates quite a lot of tensions between the structures that hold these people in place and these young people who are trying to break out of those structures and imagine a different way of shaping the future. And as such, it speaks very much to the sorts of problems that we have today with generations.
I wonder if you could say a little bit about how supplanting the play into a different time period may shift our experience of it, or highlight or light up different things in the play. So our production is, for example, is in the modern day.
So what that allows you to do is lose everything that in an edition we stick into the footnotes. At the same time, what it allows you to do is really bring to the fore the things that are still relevant to us today. So these intergenerational conflicts, the peer pressures, the way that poor old Romeo is bullied.
He doesn't want to go to the party, does he?
Go to that party.
Yeah, I see a lot of myself in that scene. Don't want to go to it.
But also at the end of the party, you know, when he breaks off from his mates. And they're completely drunk outside, and they really want to hang out with him, but he's doing something else, and he's hiding away from them. And these moments, they are just so precious because they show the continuity between experiences from 400 years ago and what we go through today. And so what a modern day setting allows you to do is to really put a spotlight on these moments that are beyond time, and that each generation has to rediscover for itself.
So I think it's fair to say, and it pains me to say it as a lover of Shakespeare, there's a number of people out there who think Shakespeare's not really for them, a bit old-fashioned maybe, a bit hard to access. What would you say to those people?
I'd say that it's a real shame to miss out on some of the best stories that have stood the test of time. Generations. Everybody knows what happens in Romeo and Juliet. I'm not really giving away state secret when I say that they're dead at the end of the play. But actually watching how it happens is quite an eye-opener, because so much happens in this play that is not quite expected. You don't need to understand every single word of it in order to get a sense of the emotional intensity and the different motivations that take people to this very difficult place where there seems to be no solution.
And of course, the other thing is that he's a great dramatist. So all of his plays are well structured. They move at pace, if they're done properly. They have great characters, often quite big characters. They have clowning, they have laughs. And Romeo and Juliet isn't thought of as a play that has laughs, but actually there's a lot. So he also is a man who knew how to entertain. Yes,
and it's a beautifully paced play, which has a lot of, you know, if you think musically, then it's got a lot of sort of crescendos, it's got a lot of accelerations towards a big climax, and then a quiet moment of peace and love. And then it's got this forward rush again towards the next big fight, the next big conflict. And then you've got these mellow scenes again. So it's a roller coaster of an evening.
What great actors, and we have a wonderful cast on this production, what great actors can do is all of that is true, and yet make the story, the characterization, and indeed the language feel fresh.
But you know what? I've gone to see Romeo and Juliet with my children. They were little and they got it.
Yeah.
So it's a play which you can understand even if you don't understand every word.
Yeah.
What you get through the rhythm of the language is a sense of the emotions and the motivations. And if you miss a word here and there, it's really no big deal.
Yeah. And of course, you know, we mustn't forget particularly in the modern day, the production values and what they can bring. You know, your lighting design, your sound design, the music, the soundtrack, the set. You know,
the
all
movement,
of
the fights.
Exactly. If you get all that right, he says, no pressure, then that's all part of the storytelling, which of course is different. And then when you layer in the brilliant work of the wider creative team, what an exciting thing.
Yeah, and it's a play which very much hinges on the chemistry of those central characters. So if you've got the right Romeo and the right Juliet, and something happens when they look in each other's eyes, then you've got it.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, exactly that. And indeed, if you don't have that, then it's difficult to really, feel the absolute tragedy of the thing at the end. I'm thrilled to say our cast are brilliant, and our Romeo and Juliet are really exciting. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the conversation. It's we're really excited about the show, and it's been great to have you with us on the journey to bring all your brilliant knowledge and insight. So thank you.
It'll be wonderful to see it.